thank you all for joining me for another video. If you are new to this channel, welcome to this loving community. I hope that you have found something helpful here, and I hope that I am able to continue to put out good content for you as I continue learning more and just sharing my broken pieces with you. Thank you for sharing your time with me. The discussion I want to have with you all today, and this is truly a discussion we need to have in the comments. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. So I cannot, and sorry, I'm going to click on my computer here to make sure I have my little notes, but I cannot relate to codependency. And I think this is a conversation that people just kind of avoid having because it says that if you're with a narcissist, you must be a codependent. And I disagree. You have a person who was lying to you. They love bombed, so-called, but pretended to be someone else and something else. And so how does that make you codependent because you fell for a lie? I mean, think about how many people have fallen for lies from leaders and followed, horrible leaders, or someone's gone to a company and taken advantage of the entire company and Enron. Let's take that for example, and it's just taken everyone for a fool. Does that make that entire organization codependent? It doesn't. That person lied. They pretended to be something or someone that they were not. And so falling for that doesn't make you a codependent. Now, this is not to say that codependency, or that if you're a codependent, that you're a bad person or something is wrong with you. This is just saying that people need to get the right help. If you're trying to get help for codependency and that wasn't your problem, then you're wasting your time. Am I correct? And of course, we all have broken backgrounds of some sorts. And so we can all stand for healing and therapy and, good friendships and good loving relationships. But falling for a narcissist doesn't make you a codependent. Having wounds, experiencing things in your past doesn't make you a codependent. It makes you a subject of a terrible society, a terrible world, terrible surroundings. And I'd say a subject, but maybe I should have used the word victim or human. Okay. Human comes with the good and the bad, the ugly, and the pretty. So here's the thing. Let me read the definition. I was just going to go off the cuff with this, but I'm going to read the definition. Excessive emotional or psychological reliance on a partner. Typically one who requires support on account of an illness or addiction. Okay, that is the definition for codependency. If that does not resonate with you, if you do not find yourself with excessive emotional or psychological reliance on a partner, then you weren't or you're not codependent. I think of this as someone like if you see a person who's willing to do the bad things for the narcissist, a codependent could do that. And that's why I say codependency is toxic of some sorts. It can be because a codependent person is easily manipulated. My dogs are barking, sorry. So a codependent person is easily manipulated into doing things that they don't want to do for the sake of love. And that means bad things too, like maybe stalking other people or harassing them on behalf of their narcissistic partner, or poisoning or killing someone. I mean, seriously, codependent people can be led off the edge by a narcissist. And so this is why it is important to find out if you are codependent, to make sure you get the therapy that you need, because you don't want one of these monsters steering you astray. But then there are people who are just empathetic and have sort of broken bird syndrome, to where you want to help fix everyone. You see the potential and you're trying to fix the bird. You can see what they can do, but they're just not cooperating. For some reason, they just aren't taking flight. And so You are trying to figure out what's going on, and both parties lack knowledge. You have no idea that you are in a relationship with a narcissist. You're not sure what's going on, and you're just trying to be a committed person, be a loving person, be kind, make the relationship work, because many of us come from broken homes. And so you don't want another broken situation. And this is how you're loving. You don't have any tools to work with. And so you're sort of just out there trying to figure it out. That doesn't make you codependent. That makes you a person who lacks knowledge and who is uneducated about what potential or what people could be up to, or what red flags truly are. You don't know. You just feel like because society has trained you to think that, we all have some issues. And so we got to work with people. And we enter relationships with this mindset, not really knowing what do you mean by issues? Where do we draw the line? And so that's why we have a lot of the conversations and discussions about the red flags and the things to just avoid. And when dealing with narcissistic people, or signs that you're dealing with a narcissist, because some people just don't know, and they're trying to do their best, and they just get caught up with one of these creatures. And so here's, I'm going to read the signs. The signs of codependency include difficulty making decisions in a relationship, difficulty identifying your feelings, difficulty communicating in a relationship, valuing the approval of others more than valuing yourself, lacking trust in yourself, and having poor self-esteem. This list and these ideas to me have been projected onto people. This is blame shifting. Difficulty making decisions in a relationship. Well, there are some people who do have that problem, who are codependent, but those people have, and when it's excessive, which is what codependency is, then those people are more than likely to do drugs or to drink and do other things as well. Okay. But difficulty making decisions in a relationship. Tell me a relationship, narcissistic or not, that is not difficult. Isn't that a pretty vague word? I'm just trying to see something here. Difficulty identifying your feelings. Do you know someone who's got that all together? The therapist can't even answer that. Difficulty communicating in a relationship. Well, didn't you try to communicate with the narcissist? Because many of you leave those comments about how you tried to communicate and you just couldn't figure out what to do. You kept hitting a brick wall, but you lacked knowledge. That doesn't make you codependent. You lacked knowledge. You didn't understand what you were dealing with. And so you were going to try to make the relationship work the best way you knew how, with the tools that you did not have, with what you were not equipped with, just like parenting. People don't wake up, not most people, wanting to be a terrible parent. And by the end of the day, some of us feel like we have failed miserably because we weren't equipped. We're kind of learning as we go and trying to get advice from people we feel like are doing the job well. And that's what we understand after leaving a relationship with a narcissist. After coming into the knowledge that we were in a relationship with the narcissist, then we tried to lean on the advice and wisdom and knowledge of other people who have gone through it, and even moved on into successful relationships, which a lot of people do once they get the knowledge and they're educated about what it was that they were dealing with. Oh, okay, so now this is how I need to move forward in a relationship. Okay, here's the other one. Valuing the approval. Oh, okay, I said valuing the approval of others more than valuing yourself. I think that good people, loving people have that problem. Anyway, does that make you codependent? I don't think so. I think most of us, and especially Christians, we battle with that because the Bible tells us to love your neighbor as yourself. Now, it doesn't say better than yourself, but we're taught in church a lot of times to put other people before ourselves. And so we're brought up this way. This doesn't make us codependent. It really sort of makes us brainwashed in a sense. But it doesn't make us codependent. We don't know. We are a product of the society that we live in until we understand that we need to become our own person. And I'm not saying that church is that the Bible is brainwashing. I'm saying the way it's taught to you is brainwashing sometimes. And so thinking that you need to put other people before you, well, I don't agree all the time. In certain situations, I think it might be appropriate if you're trying to make selfish decisions. But in most situations, you cannot give out what you don't have. And that's just the way I believe. Lacking trust in yourself and having poor self-esteem. Of course, we don't trust ourselves because we've been told to, and again, I'll take it back to religious circles. If you get in a relationship with someone or you're married or something like that, or their family, you got to learn how to love them. Just keep learning how to love them. Just keep going to therapy. Just keep trying this and trying that and praying and fasting and all that. And it never works. It never works. But you're trying to do the right thing based on the way you've been raised and indoctrinated. But this doesn't make you codependent. It just makes you someone who doesn't have the knowledge. I'm going to say that 100 times. Lacking knowledge doesn't equal codependency. And then I hear a lot of people say, well, people who just are turned off by narcissists or don't give them the time of the day are healthy people. Where are those people at? Where are they? I've never met them. There are some people in healthy relationships, but that doesn't mean that they could be exempt from being in, or they somehow have some type of knowledge and understanding of themselves where they wouldn't have ended up in a relationship with a narcissist. That's not what that means. That just means that they just made a good choice or a good decision, or they found someone who was honest with them, and they may have been equipped with tools by a parent who helped them identify, what a healthy relationship or person looks like, or they listened to their friends who said, no, I don't like that person, or their family members, but that still, because you didn't, doesn't make you codependent. A lot of those people who are in the healthier relationships come from semi-healthy family backgrounds, and they have someone teaching them. And if they didn't come from healthy backgrounds, they have a healthy mentor, and I say semi-healthy for everyone because I don't know one fully healthy person. Again, not even my therapist. Your therapist is not a whole healthy person. They have their own set of issues and they go to therapy too. Trust me, they don't live a perfect life. So don't believe that at all. They're just good at helping you process your thoughts and becoming the best you that you can be. And they're gifted in that area. It doesn't mean that they're perfect and that they're doing everything exactly the way that it should be done. Don't we all do that? We can find out how to help other people figure it out and see the problem that they have and give them the solution, but we can't do it for ourselves. So anyway, let's just have this conversation about codependency. Again, I'm not saying that someone who is truly codependent is bad or terrible or something is so wrong with them. I'm just saying that too many of you are taking on the label of codependency, trying to fix something that ain't your problem. You really need to be working on the issues that are really, I guess, your problem. Like, some of you have some wounds, some things where you do have trust issues when you do get into a relationship. Now, know this, trust is not something you just give away. So when someone comes into your life, you don't immediately trust them. They need to earn that trust. So people telling you have trust issues and you've known them for 3 weeks. Yes, I do. If that's a problem because I don't trust you, then you can keep it moving. No, I don't trust you. I don't know you. Okay. So that's not trust issues. So stop allowing people to put labels on you that are not appropriate for you. Okay. Find out what your issues really are and work on those. And it doesn't have to be under the umbrella of codependency, because many of you, again, I've read in the comments, you're not codependent. And I don't know why you're saying that about yourself. So that's just my 2 cents for what it's worth. I know a lot of people are going to tell me I'm not like, PhD in psychology or whatever. But whatever. I know what I am. I know what I did and didn't do. And so I'm not codependent. I don't care what they tell me. I know what my issues are, but all of these things listed here, I didn't have any difficulty with any of them from my end. It's the other person. So I'm not willing to take on that blame for myself. I got enough stuff to deal with. All right. God bless you guys. Take care of yourselves.